What's up? This is Ryan with One Board Family, and today I'm going to try and attempt to give you a quick overview of the game Speakeasy, a new one from Vital Lacerda, illustrated by Ian O'Toole. Thank you to Eagle-Gryphon Games for providing this prototype copy ahead of the Kickstarter launch, which has been used for all of the B-roll and for the preview that I've written that is actually listed in the show notes below. So let me set the stage. This game is set in 1920s Manhattan during the age of Prohibition. The 13 years that mark the Prohibition Era are represented in this game over the course of 4 different rounds. The first thing that players are going to do is choose a family color and take the associated player board. On this player board are 5 different sliding scales that essentially track your infamy across these 5 different criteria. Players are going to try to assert their dominance over each of the districts represented on the central map, which is broken up into 3 different zones that make up Manhattan. The primary mechanic in Speakeasy is worker placement, as players play their capo to one of the locations across the top of the city board. They're going to be taking the actions that are associated with the person that they're talking to in the game. Now, instead of trying to explain each and every single action on the board, the overarching idea is that you're trying to make money in this game. Money comes in 2 forms, one in the form of money in hand, which is earned through different means, but is publicly known to everybody at the table. This money will stay in front of your vault, and everybody can see how much money you have. Now, the other type of money that you can earn is vaulted money. This money has been illegally earned and is placed inside your player's vault. This is hidden away from the other players at the table, which can be great, so you can kind of keep your stash secret, but when you spend vaulted money, that money is spent at a 2-to-1 ratio. So if I'm going to need $10, I'm going to have to send out a $20 bill to cover that price tag. Now, another mechanic of Speakeasy is area control. On the central map, players are going to be trying to build speakeasies, take over mob-run speakeasies, build nightclubs and casinos, and a still in order to make liquor on the board. Players are also going to be awarded money for each of their speakeasies, their casinos, and their nightclubs that are throughout the city of Manhattan. As long as these buildings are protected by a member of your family and they're watched over, you're going to be able to make money at the end of the game for each one of these that are operating. Plus, along the way, you're going to be able to sell liquor at different costs based on where they're being sold from. Your infamy level is essentially how well known your family is throughout the city of Manhattan. You want that infamy level as high as possible so you can sell liquor at the highest value you can. While most of these actions were illegal during the time of Prohibition, players can choose how they play this game. Are they going to straight up pay the rum runners for liquor that they can transport and then sell at their different buildings? Or will they steal liquor from the docks off of these rum runners and take it by force? Players are building up their family, hiring goons, and ultimately choosing how they want to build their empire in Speakeasy. Although I can't sit here and talk about the entirety of the game on this video, I do want to point out some of the things that really impress me about Speakeasy. First, the art and illustration style of this game is phenomenal. Everything from the card art to the player boards to the screen printed meeples to the way that the game feels as you traverse New York, it has a style all to itself, and it really makes a difference. I didn't know that this theme would connect with me so deeply, but I really enjoyed my time visiting the different districts and trying to make decisions on how I wanted to interact with the mob on the board. Next, even though this is a heavyweight Euro game, this game is very understandable once you get a grasp of what each of the actions do across the top of the board. The iconography works really well, and once you get a game under your belt, it's pretty easy to jump back into the game and Honestly, this is a game that you're going to want to jump into over and over. One of the things I realized after my first game was how much money I left on the table, how many things I didn't do, how many areas I didn't go into. When I went into my second game, I immediately wanted to try all the things that I didn't do in my first game. I immediately went to the docks and started to try to rob the different boats. I wanted to see what that would add to the game. I wanted to put casinos out there. This way I could get money in hand quicker, immediately. This game has a lot of different paths to victory, and I really love the way that it plays out. Speakeasy is on Kickstarter starting on September 26th, and I think this game is going to connect with a lot of players. Even if you think that heavyweight Euro games may not be your thing, as long as you're okay with a 20-minute setup at the beginning of the game, I think this is a game that you're going to really, really enjoy. It's a game that I've really enjoyed, and it's a game that I'm very sad that I have to give up this prototype because I want to play it again and again. If you haven't already, we would appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to this channel. We appreciate your viewership and checking out this video. Go check out the campaign for Speakeasy. The link to the Kickstarter campaign is in the show notes below. And until next time, we'll see you at the table.